looks like it might be streaming again. Let's double check. Alright, which works. YouTube works. Sick, okay. Oh my god, they all work. Alright.
Brother, I'm learning about the outside world from him. If I remain naive about it, I will only be a burden.
Does living beyond our borders make you anxious, Yufa?
A little. But I shouldn't be, no? This was my own decision.
None of what you feel is wrong.
There's nothing wrong with standing behind your decision.
Precisely, yes. The first time I left the island, I was so nervous my knees shook.
Really? Is that true, brother?
No one steps out into the unknown without some trepidation in their heart. That said, people only fear what they don't know, because they don't fully understand themselves. I believe this is your time, sister. You've heard of the trials of Malnever, have you not? It is an island where a peculiar monster lives. Raised in stagnant magma, the monster reflects the anxiety of those who challenge it, and it provides those who overcome it with proof of their victory. I am one such victor, and I gained a great deal from it. I think you could stand to benefit as well, Yufa. You would count your new friends as reliable warriors, correct? Perhaps you might tempt them with the discarded treasures and armaments of our ancestors there. It will challenge you, to be sure, but you'll walk away better for it. Before you leave, consider testing your strength.
But... what if it proves too challenging?
We'll do it together, Yufa.
We'll do it together.
The weather on the island is unpredictable at best. We won't know how dangerous it will be.
I would never send my precious sister off without regard for her safety. I have some idea of how to handle the weather. Won't you put your faith in your new friend and me? Your focus must be solely on the trial.
I understand. If this proof you speak of will give me the power to step boldly into my future, then I will want for nothing else.
That's the spirit. If you do decide to go, pay me a visit before heading out. I would see you all off safely.
This one's important.
To complete the trial in the deepest part of the land of ceremony for Yufa. The informant at the Golden Deer Hearth on Virga Island should know more about the monsters there.
Yes, that's the place. You know, I wouldn't mind visiting if we've the time.
This place.
All rather mysterious, isn't it? But knowing you'll be at my side, I admit, I do find my courage. A trial awaits. Please, lend me your strength.
Hey, hasn't that island been abandoned for quite some time? I hope the Magla isn't too strong. But you'd better be prepared for the worst, okay?
What now?
Okay, so I keep hitting the wrong map button.
All right then. Let's head there right
Go
away.
to the Golden Deer.
Say there.
Fancy a... Want in on this?
The Land of Ceremony is a special place for us. Before they venture outside the island, our youth go there to face a trial. It's not mandatory, of course. According to what I've heard, the trial itself tasks the subject with defeating the monster within. It is said to be a bizarre creature that doesn't resemble any living thing. I wonder if it's truly a monster.
Just between us.
Rumor has it that it likes to summon its little friends. Its companions strengthen it, and when it hits you with a barrage of wind magic. Apparently, it's weak to fire. Best use that to your advantage and end things quickly. Also, there's a bird-like monster called a Leogryph there. The closer you are to it, the worse its attacks get. If I were you, I'd attack from a distance and avoid using wind magic, since it won't be effective.
Say there.
Grand, innit?
All right then.
Let's go!
Everyone is here.
Now then.
Ah,
Oh, I smell trouble.
Okay, since we won't make it in time,
Cheers.
instead, I'll do Maria's quest.
Mister! Mister! Oh, yay!
Eat up, you two. Smells good, doesn't it? Hope you like it. This dish has some complexity to it.
There's more than enough for everyone. I was thinking maybe it would be good if I gave some of Miss Fabian's food to hungry people. Everyone's scared of people they don't understand or don't know. That's why they were mean to me too. So maybe if we get everyone to eat lots of good food together, they'll talk to each other and get along.
I'd like to help too. What can I do?
Thank you. Can you serve the food?
now hold on. Let's not be hasty about inviting those sorts in, hmm? What if they make a habit of skulking around here?
Well, take a look yourself before you start clutching your pearls. Not a single one has even taken a plate, as you can plainly see.
I need to warn you, Mom. Even if you demand compensation later, I've naught to give you.
And I'm telling you, I don't need any. Maria and I just don't want you dying of hunger. After all, we're neighbors. and I won't ignore any of you any longer. Truth be told, I turned a blind eye to your plight. But Maria saw it plain, and my eyes were opened. And I realized that it isn't right. It's not all right at all.
Oh.
So, go ahead and eat your fill. You've my word. There are no tricks here. I've a portion for you as well. Surely you've heard whispers about the honeybees fair now, haven't you?
Maria's idea proved to be a huge success. A large crowd formed, and we served plenty of food.
Is it true that you ran your own business?
Yes, Mom. At one point, I owned a factory and had several hired hands in my employ. But then, I was swindled by a moneylender. I'd like to work my way up again. Or even earn just enough to put a roof over my head. But once you've lost your footing, it's hard to stand back up on your own.
Hey, perhaps you could find a place that will put him to work. I've heard you're well connected around these parts.
I'll consider it.
Oh, he's here. You should try Miss Fabian's cooking. It's really good.
Why?
Because eating yummy food makes everyone happy. And when my friends are happy, I'm happy too.
We're friends. But you're normal, and I'm not.
I've been thinking about a whole lot of things lately. And we did this today because I met you. Talking to people makes things better. It makes it so even things that were sad feel a little brighter. It's like a light in the dark all of a sudden. Or, actually,
Her father would be
it's more like
proud.
you see it was never dark to begin with. I want everyone to know that. I'm Maria. What's your name?
It's
Hey, is that a picture of me in the background?
Apis. I couldn't even remember my own name.
Nice to meet you, Apis. So, do you think anything around here has changed? Maybe for the better?
I'm not sure, but it does feel a little different, yeah.
Do you want to come eat with us?
I just totally forgot to read that message.
Everyone looks so happy. Miss Fabian said she wanted to try doing that again. She even wants to get some of the townspeople to help out too.
You'll always have my support.
You'll help us serve food again, right, mister? Me and Apis are friends now too. We're going to go play with Harundo and the others too next time.
It sounds like you're making plenty of friends.
Yep, it's a lot of fun. You know, all of these good things happen because of you, mister. You gave me those pictures of your journey, remember? When I look at these pictures, I imagine your voice in my head saying, just do your best. I like it when you're here, and sometimes I'm still lonely when you're not around, but I'm not going to ask you not to go.
Is that because you have a home now?
I used to want to run away from Grand Trad so badly. I didn't feel at home here. So I thought there was someplace else I should go to. I wanted Miss Fabian to like me so much. But the more important thing really was if I liked Miss Fabian. When I realized that, I learned that I can pick where my home is. I can choose where I belong. And right now, I've picked this place. This is my home.
If only our boy
I'll
Grius
wait
was here.
with Miss Fabian, so... Can't die, okay? So please come back.
I promise you I'll come back, Maria.
I said the same thing her
Remember.
father said.
It's a promise.
I can sense Maria's profound kindness and her unwavering trust in me.
The pure-hearted maiden, Maria, keeper and heritor of the healer's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
I want to be with Mr. forever.
Can now study the Savior. There's still 2 that I haven't unlocked yet. More skills can now be inherited by the healer lineage in Academia due to the effects of Scion's essence.
If you don't come back on your own, I'll find you and bring you back.
That sounds like a threat, Maria. Don't threaten me.
I still dream about going on a journey one day. To all sorts of faraway places. I'll even go to where Papa never went to. I'll see those places for him. And then it'll be my turn to tell you all about my journey.
Do the two of you have a moment? Lend me a hand with the inn, will you?
Okay, coming. Let's go.
Thanks to the strong bond of trust that has developed between Maria and I, the people of Sunshade Row and Grand Trad now all support me.
What's up, Del? Something on your mind?
That's nothing. Just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just a twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
Are you sure? Because I remember, once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the Magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him? Magla-born symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Huh. Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if, now, what if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
No problem.
Yeah, I'll go.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
Then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Saint Rella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her, and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area. I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognize the two of you.
You remember us?
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
But I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing. Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look. Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right? For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that. You've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
Well, how do I put this?
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, I am.
That's right.
Well, there you have it.
So you're committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now, do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm. And they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop. I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
So there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
Suffice it to say, the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over. I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
I'll protect Juna. I promise.
But where is this coming from? Honestly.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that!
You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it. You haven't won yet.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
You springy old bastard, he says. We sent Rella back to Grand Trad with the teleportation magic, avoiding the gaze of the brothers who were fortunately too winded to notice.
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you? Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head buried in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? Long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it. In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Huh? Sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Course not, you muppet. It's a
You
fantasy,
muppet.
remember?
I love
Anyone
that.
is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, them. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced. You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too. At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Aye. But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del. You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over. Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
Well then, we'll be departing today. But what's this I hear about a festival on the island? The islanders all seem to be heading for the coast.
Yes, of course.
The villagers want to show their gratitude to us and wish us a safe journey. Thanks to the tides, I believe we can still make it by the deadline even if we leave tomorrow. The festivities include a sacred rite where a dragon god statue is set alight in a ceremonial bonfire. It's said that if you offer prayers to it with someone, your wishes will come true. Oh, isn't that just marvelous? And who will our dear captain pray with tonight, I wonder? I mean, Brigida's not here, so... Everyone else is fighting for second place. With that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down.
didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the Dragon God's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know? Ah, speaking of, I finished with the Lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Del's all better, and we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all earned a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar. And he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise. Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? It makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabri ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
A bash to remember.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats!
And
those are?
The fruit is called Dragon's Tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Ah, 'tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
The juice bursts forth as soon as I put it in my mouth.
Sounds. I feel quite.
Right? What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing.
Are those two baked?
But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old times, old long times ago times, people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some
higher state.
They are baked.
Glad I passed. Phew. Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. We don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone?
We certainly have plenty of time. This is a rare opportunity. Who should I
Have you
invite?
decided on someone?
Not Stroll. I don't mind Hulkenberg or Nuris. Heismay would be a funny option. I really don't like Juna. She's been super annoying so far. I wouldn't mind picking Yufa. Gallica is okay. Let's see. I think I might go with Yufa. Make her feel more included in the group since she is the newest. The sea looks so different today. Mayhaps it is because I am with you? Girl, you've known me for a whole 2 days. Relax.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've forgotten something very important. And she runs away.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry to have to keep you waiting. But all is well now. Shall we go?
Hold on.
Is the mask necessary?
In truth,
There is peril in gazing upon a smile such as mine, so by donning this mask, I am protecting you. You see, Juna warned me that my smile was enough to knock everyone out.
that was a great help.
And thank goodness she did, as my carelessness just now might have killed you. I'm glad I remembered her words before letting myself grin. She didn't mean that people would actually
Indeed.
die. What? Did I misunderstand? Yes, you did. I thought surely she meant I was capable of a one-shot kill with a mere smile. I suppose not. I'm glad to have learned I'm not, in truth. And I have you to thank for it. Now I'll remove this mask because it is rather stuffy.
Whew.
Were you able to make your wish? Me too. I wished with all my might that we may receive the Dragon God's blessing as we set out to the sea anew. It's largely symbolic now, but the festival actually started out as a ritual. On the eve of the fishing season's arrival, as the first vessels shoved off, we would set the dragon statue
It's all
alight.
right.
The flames and smoke became a beacon guiding our fishers in the darkness, as the Dragon God's protection would too. That was the idea. Now we only do it for special departures.
Right.
I've really enjoyed this
I'm
festival.
quite grateful.
I'm pleased to hear it. What did you wish for? Oh, I can't say mine was for you. Right? I can't say mine was for you. That would be crazy.
That's...
My wish was for the safety of everyone. You are amazing.
Oh, you.
The first time I met you, I felt there was something special. Truly deeply special about you. And now I know I wasn't mistaken. You're special too. If you think me special, even in the slightest, then I am happy.
I'm indebted to you now.
I think so wonderful to have... It's so wonderful to have the time to talk with you like this. Thank you very much for inviting me out. Actually, I have a gift for you. If I bring it to the inn, would you do me the honor of receiving it? It's a little keepsake from when I used to dance at the festival. I think it will serve you well in your journey. I promise you I'll treasure it always. It's not so much about the thing itself, I just wanted to give you something. After Yufa gave me the gift, we returned to the others. Dancing Crozier? I don't know how that's pronounced. Yo, the little kids playing hopscotch.
You hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del. What do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal
that's why
world.
You're the smart one.
It sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us? Starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
I saw it with my own eyes. That
Damn.
lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know, I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
We gotta get Basilio and
So?
Fidelio on our side.
I beg your pardon, but
Well, Jimothy, since we'll be journeying together for some time, I want to thank you for having me. I'm sad to leave my brother, and I'll miss him dearly, but I know in my heart that this will be a grand adventure.
Yes.
I cannot have my stomach grumbling while afield. I should buy myself a small ration of something before we depart. The trouble is finding a food that will not spoil.
Well,
I just hope we can get out of here without being attacked. I hope the brothers are okay. I don't think they know the particulars of our plan, but we can't let our guard down. When we first arrived, I never thought we'd be making the journey to Alderbury with hope in our hearts. Let the waves rock us then. We'll prepare ourselves for the trials to come. Let's call it a night.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I must say, I am sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Brylehaven. And Martira, a new world of cuisine, is but a few days away, if you'll just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals. Oh, you really are taking this hard. Well, when you've said your goodbyes to the people and the food, meet at the Gauntlet Runner.
Hold on.
Do I need anything before heading out?
Okay then.
Grand, isn't it?
What now?
Sounds like a lovely time.
Leave it to me.
Nice! Nice!
You can trust in me. All right then.
Let's go. Okay?
I beg your pardon.
Now then.
All right.
What have we got here?
plant-type monsters might not be useful. But the flat damage increase is nice.
Ooh.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Increases ice attack. So I've got fire attack, electric attack. I want one ice attack one.
Now then.
So.
Now then.
Ice, fire, electric. So I can get rid of this one, because I have the Bolt Scorpion Staff. This is strictly worse. I want to keep the Bone Crushers around. Restores MP upon defeating an enemy in battle. And it's a +2 to all stats. Almighty Affinity is nice.
Now then.
I don't think that is worth it anymore. I don't think this one's worth it anymore.
Now then. Now then.
I think these will get stronger enough to not need those. The Sage's Semaphore can be purified. +2 to all stats is nice. Normal attacks and charm prevents rage.
Now then.
Get rid of that one. Let's put everyone in the best armor.
What do you
Put her
think?
in that. No one else gets anything out of those. No appraisals. purified. Mirror armor is strictly worse than everything else. Oh, Sand Silk is so low in terms of defense. I'm not sure if Sand Silk is worth keeping around anymore. Let's see. We don't really need the Sailcloth Key. This one I think I do want to put on someone. I might put this one on Scroll. I'll put this one on Heismay. Yeah, I'll put this on Heismay. I'll get rid of Spike.
Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then.
It says it can be purified at the church. I don't want to sell it.
What now?
Alabaster Mail, Full Moon, Bloodthirsty Vestigers. Okay. Let's go find some shops. We'll finish picking up the items we need, and then we can head out. Start here.
What's it now?
What do you want to do?
Whoa, isn't that? What's it now?
What do you want to do?
By one
Whoa.
more.
Hey, mister!
What'll it be?
Well, any interest in these materials I hunted myself? Monster talisman with transformative property can be used to summon. Be used in summon experiments. God, I don't want to be broke.
Hey, mister!
Oh, it's you!
It's able to earn the shopkeeper's trust. Let's do business. I rotate my stock on daily basis, but these items by nature are scarce and difficult to come by. I'll ask you limit yourself to buying one item per day. With your sharp eye, choosing something shouldn't be an issue. Here's what I have to sell today. Okay. I guess I'll buy a mossy weapon.
Can we talk?
Goodbye now!
Hey, mister!
Head back upwards.
Hey!
What have we got here?
Not necessarily useful for me right now, but I might find a use later.
All right then.
You know what? I should visit this statue one last time.
All right then.
So like this way.
Well now, what are we on about?
Hey!
Bigger the face on the rock, the more qualified
Let's
that candidate
see.
is. Doesn't look like the order's changed at all since we last saw it.
Huh?
Unfortunately, I still don't see myself in the rock. But I guess that's to be expected.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Stroll, you're an
by
idiot,
the
they're
way,
listening.
I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted? Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties!
She's a pirate now.
What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Batlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
This is Altaberry Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land. Ah.
Oh.
So we'll only have to endure 1 day of being rock sick? Now there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain for Sorrel's sake, let's make haste.
Tally-ho,
Full
then.
speed ahead. Altabury Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the Inland Sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Don't mind me just noodling away on guitar while we wait for cutscenes.
Can you hear me?
Oh no. Some sort of alternates appeared in the lounge. Yufa said something about possessing divine powers, so give it a look. Use to dedicate a heartfelt prayer to another person, which may increase their maximum.
Indeed.
Yo, we're gonna start praying to Hulkenberg.
What now?
With her maximum MP. Because God knows, with her being the mage, she has the least MP on the team. I thought Basilia was a ghost for a second. You know what? Let's cook. You ain't got no ingredients to cook. I'm making meatballs.
Hail!
Dies. Ooh, hello, Stroll. I could probably do with raising wisdom and imagination, but I'm gonna check the altar first.
What do you want to do? Well,
Time to pray. We're gonna pray to
Then-
Hulkenberg. Everyone, perhaps your prayers will be answered. I believe Hulkenberg's max MP. Okay, increased by 5. That's not bad.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Indeed.
You should reach the city the day after tomorrow. I feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. I bet it'll be pretty cold in Altabury. Everyone out here doing imagination, I ain't interested in that right now. I need to get
What now?
Hulkenberg's MP up higher. I am sick of her running out of MP before everyone else.
what do you want to do? Well then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It would seem that...
We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montario from the island, but I never imagined I would see them this close. Altabury remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly, its people have perfected the art of the piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera house in the kingdom as well. I suppose that it'll be the stage for a confrontation with Luis.
I guess.
Let's keep our hopes high. All mountains in the horizon.
So?
Operation is complete by tomorrow. You know what? I guess I could sit.
Actually... I'm very happy.
I haven't been able to completely focus, but at least I've lifted my spirits.
What do you think?
How's your first meditation session? Well, I still can't focus entirely.
However...
That's only because it's your first time. Let's keep practicing. I too have visions whenever I manage to calm my mind through this practice. Such as one time when I saw my ideal self in the future. However, I also know that the country has dark times ahead, even if we do manage to defeat Luis and bring peace.
I too will.
I'm not so naive to think everyone in the land suddenly come together as one. True, Serenity will win one day, and I aspire to be someone who can be counted on to help resolve disputes when they arise. I aspire to practice kindness, one who counsels those on the wrong path, or those who have strayed altogether.
I realized.
I believe that since I too once lost my way, I'll know how to help others in the same circumstances.
I see.
That's a great goal to have. I'll be behind you the whole time.
I won't
Hold
stop.
away. I don't know what precisely I'll do for them, but I hope to create opportunity for them, if only a small one. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be meditating, and yet I've done nothing but talk. Being with you makes me want to contemplate so many things.
But then...
I feel like things have become a little clearer for me now. That we are such a lively and animated group is, I'm sure, thanks to you.
Hey.
I'm part of that now too. Thank you as much to thank for that.
I'm very happy.
Thank you for saying so. But I think that with you at the center, it's been so much easier for everyone to bond in such a wonderful way. Being with you has made my path forward feel a little clearer. I'm so glad we found time
The
to
reason
talk
is...
today. Since we're here, why not meditate for a few minutes more? I feel like my imagination has increased since I was able to come out of my shell and broaden my horizons.
All right.
Whoa. That was a lot of points for imagination. I continued to meditate with Yufa for a while.
Come look at this!
You're not going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say. Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine. I'd like to try jumping off it.
On guard!
Damned boar-faced Sanctus Scullions.
What?
What's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know? To pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I am reminded of the time you were all yelling at me before. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit. If I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling. What's up, Ida? Glad to see you found TikTok while you're at work.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn!
Yes.
I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all. Oh, this girl is just too charming. Never change, love. Well, does anyone else have something to yell about? I sense that gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom.
All right.
You know what? No complaints. I wanted to boost my wisdom a little bit anyways.
As for me...
Oh, then I suppose it's old Nurse's turn. I've prepared a list of complaints that I wish to recite to you all on a daily basis, and... Oh, it's rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions.
Bombs
Poor
away!
Nurse. But I must scream! Poor Nurse. I've always wanted to draw. I've drawn this place here. Nurse's picture is a souvenir of our journey.
The Gauntlet Runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet Runner can provide.
We should arrive in town by this time tomorrow. We've only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Altibury, well, you know what's going to happen. Fidelio and Basilio. I don't want to talk to any of them. I must go find our newest addition, Lady Yufa. Wilkenberg. There you are.
Pardon me, but...
Oh, Jimothy. Are you free at the moment? I just finished meditating and I'd like to talk with you a bit if you don't mind. By recalling the past and planning for the future with Yufa, maybe I can hone my imagination. Could I spend time talking with Yufa? Absolutely. I've only heard about the outside world from imported books and my brother's stories. I can't believe that starting today I will travel those lands myself. I never would have had the confidence to attempt such a venture on my own. I'm truly glad to have met you and everyone else, Jimothy. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
Well, we're all glad to have you here with us. You've all been so incredibly kind. Our conversations have made me feel quite welcome. Speaking of which, Juna graciously gave me some advice about trips such as this one. She said, Make sure you keep an eye on your wallet whenever you're in town, and never ever ever follow a stranger's side. Yuna's kindness truly knows no end. I feel quite lucky to go on a trip with so many people watching over me. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to ask you, what were the things like when you began this journey, Jimothy? I must admit, I'm somewhat curious about the place where your mission began. It's my hope that one day when this is all over, that I may visit.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was having so much fun talking with you, the time escaped me. Is it alright if we continue? Yufa and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
"'Tis nearly time."
There's only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. I wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later, we'll have to hand Dracodius over to him. One must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they will leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to sell a lie, look them straight in the eyes and say every word like you truly believe it.
All right, then.
Tonight we deliver the lance to Luis.
Got a sec?
This will be the last time we're able to relax. Coming off, get right into it. Can't blame you for feeling nervous after all. You know what's coming. No one here is nervous, you little freaky little fairy.
Actually, I'm very happy.
I think I hear wolves howling in the distance. There's no way it could be so near the Gauntlet Runner, could they? Clear away your thoughts, Jimothy.
May I?
During meditation, you must not but feel yourself where you are, in this time and place, and accept it. No matter what you hear, just listen. Let things be as they are. Abandon yourself to the great flow of everything. I should try to do what Yufa is telling me. Let things be as they are, but how? Breathe deep. I feel like I'm gazing down at myself, all that surrounds me from high above the ground. I feel like my imagination has increased since I was able to come out of my shell and broaden my horizons.
All right.
Farewell.
You've relaxed a little, so let's keep going just a bit longer, shall we? I continued to meditate with Yufa for a while.
Nura speaking.
This is Nurus. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War,
Kyler,
this
thank you for
land
the
was
follow.
a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Just look at it!
These bridges are huge. 'Tis an area defined by its numerous valleys. The bridges connect the flatlands and increase the amount of places in which people people may live. That makes sense. But if these bridges were to fall in battle, those people would end up isolated. Yes, all very fascinating, but have you looked at what's directly in front of you? Those are bones of people, aren't they? They are the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This is the site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of a proper burial. War is tragic, and we shouldn't disrespect the fallen here.
Yeah.
Indeed, I can't bear to think of something on this scale happening again. It brings me no pleasure to see it, yet 'tis valuable to experience the cold reality of battle beyond the legends and tales of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. That is why the magla that drifts about this place carries such an oppressive weight. I can feel the sadness and regret of those whose lives came to an end here. I feel as though my wisdom has deepened after considering those who found their eternal rest here.
All right.
Hey!
Something wrong, Norris? Your face has gone blue. Perhaps this place scares you, Norris? My powers of imagination are more robust than most. Why, Norris, I'm surprised you put any stock in scary stories. You're a more gentle soul than I gave you credit for. Too true, too true. For all else, I am a delicate flower.
Well then.
Well then, shall we make a quiet departure so as not to rouse the dead?
That's my fault.
I'm sorry to have made such a fuss. I would like to give those who died a proper send-off, and drew this with that in mind. Take this with me so I don't forget the people whose lives came to an end here. I'm gonna go give this horrific picture to the child.
Capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
The seat of Sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
We decided to present Luis with Drakidios, Lance of the Dragon God, aboard his gauntlet runner, the Charadrius? Charadrius? Let's hope he doesn't find the lance as a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
I am called Euphasia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me?
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raze their village to the ground. The Caradrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
Caradrius, okay, that's how it's
What?
pronounced.
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the 2nd day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
This is where Forden dies. He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Luis, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Forden's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
It seems the land's passed muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa? Are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. But now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out. It's cold.
Yeah, I'm freezing my wings off.
Oh, poor little
then
Gallica.
why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Speaking of...
If it's a Mustari-owned inn we seek, then I know of one in the center of town called the Skyward Tavern. I recalled it being rather pleasant, with very little that would point it to Mustari roots.
Certainly.
It was on Diafranco Street, if I'm not mistaken. Brr, it's so cold. At least Hulkenberg is in her element. Can we get going before we freeze, though?
Well met, eh?
Why, you
First
little...
that driver getting lost in the mountains and now and in the snow, no less. I thought I'd freeze to death. I'm supposing the inns around here are all full too. I wonder if we'll have to go to the far side of the street.
Well met, eh?
Hey!
We welcome ye at Altabury. Good lord, aren't you that Elda candidate? Out with you. Go back to whence you came. This land is under the protection of the Sanctus Church. We've no shelter for heathens. I guess we've reached some level of notoriety, haven't we?
This is the best.
I hear there's a motley crew of candidates gathered here. This year's Saints' Day is looking to be the most festive celebration we've had yet. I've heard rumors that those relics once belonged to the church, which would mean His Eminence Forden standing is as good as assured.
Oi!
Oi!
What in the blazes? Stop!
You're the elder who made a mess of the exhibition in Brylehaven, aren't you? Listen here, Altabury is a stronghold of the Sanctus Church. You don't stand a chance. Well, thanks for letting me know, dog.
Oh, cripes. Yes, hello.
Rudolph, not in my wildest imaginations did I believe you'd survive long enough to meet me here in Altabury. In all honesty, I'm shocked you made it past the exhibition. Nevertheless, you'll be sorry to know I've acquired my offering relic as well. Such a spectacular offering will surely astound the citizens and candidates alike.
Ford's the only game in town. Don't miss your chance to sell now.
Awful weather, ain't it? But for you, what a stroke of luck. Also, on Idles days, my exchange rate's even better than my usual fair trade. Hurts me to do it, but I've been told to buy your bag for a slightly higher price. An order from the Lycaon Magic Association. Thanks to Brigida. So 1 to 80, not bad.
Hey, listen. My wits have left me,
What are you doing lying in the middle of a public route? Are you quite alright? You realize you're in the way, don't you? Why, I never. Don't just stare. Get up. Away with you.
Hey, listen.
There's nothing there.
Let's try to stay on the route. Okay, we'll stay on the route. Those little rats?
Ford's the only game in town.
Forden's the only game in town.
Uh-huh.
Bounties? I would love to check, but I'm kind of busy right now. Come back when things have settled down a bit. I've got a lot of requests. Okay. Should have figured. They don't really let me check bounties on day one.
Ford's the only game in town.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Oh there.
You there. Is the view not spectacular here? That impressive structure out there is called the Monolith. Rumors were true. It looks like a sculpture jutting out of the sky more than the ground. It's truly a sight to behold. With the Opera House at its base, it's truly the city's landmark. It was well worth the trip from Grand Trad to lay eyes upon it.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Wonderful, isn't it?
Hang on. That's the one from the exhibition.
Oh, that's just going to tell me to turn around, probably.
Say there.
Ta!
Blue Sky Bridge.
Right. You're
the elder causing all the rumors. That other candidate, Loveless, has been searching all over for you. I don't know what you did, lad, but I don't want any trouble in this city. Am I clear? Let Loveless find me. I'm pretty sure Loveless is the drunk here.
How did I wind up here?
Only thing down there is a hot spring and a magic shop. Hardly worth the climb back up. Whole city was excavated out of a mountainside. You get used to it, I suppose.
How did I wind up here? Oh, cripes.
Here to celebrate Saints' Day. One wrong turn and I'm utterly lost. Oh dear, there's something foul in the air. Where in the heaven's name am I? Upper classes reside in luxury in their mansions, while those of lesser means and values disgrace the public order down below.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want...
What would you like?
Now there's a face I don't see every day. I don't carry igniters here, but have a look around anyway. I forgot Alonso gave me that discount. Okay. Able to perform 2 consecutive actions. Actions use turn icons as normal. I don't really want any of those. But I'm glad to have stocked up on my scrolls.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin. Damn.
Ooh. Ocean shot?
Greetings.
What is that you need? Please leave as soon as you've finished. Well, now I'm way broker than I was earlier. Let's check out the weapon and armor shop while I'm here.
Get yourself a good deal.
Guild discount. Okay, undead type monsters could be good. Normal become wind. Do I already have a winged katana?
What now?
No, I have an almighty katana.
Get yourself.
Oh Jesus, 200 grand?
Good.
I'll buy that for her. I'm not really using this, so as much as I would like to have it, it does not really help. I know wind doesn't do anything against that thing I want to do next. Okay, let's hit up the armor shop. Do they have any fantastic armors? Strength and magic.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's fine. Understood.
Good.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm now super broke. I managed to spend 500 grand in a
What
single
now?
day.
Who'll take the crown now?
Still don't quite see myself up here.
Who'll take the crown now? What's up?
Replace the the inn's right up ahead, mate.
You're not serious.
You're not serious.
Oh my!
What do you want to do?
My...
I'll try one.
Do you need something?
Church up the stairs, opera house.
Hello there.
Indeed, 'tis not so bad.
Since around the corner, I heard they're dedicating some pagan relics at the tournament. I think I could use my connections to nab a few for my shop. Oh, I'm sure they'd fetch a fine price.
Hello there.
All right then.
Looks like it's this
Well
way I
then,
have to go.
if you say you'll help.
Run by the Mistari tribe, just go down the path, it'll be on your right. Memory serves me right. It's called
Yeah,
Skyrim Tavern.
amazing.
Oi! Ridiculous.
Luis is the wretched knave who commanded his subordinates to steal the royal scepter, the Grand Cathedral in Grand Trad. I can only imagine what wicked tricks that villain has up his sleeve for Saint's Day. No harm in preparing for the worst, I say. I always say.
Now what am I to do?
Over here.
Wait a second!
Milo's runner? I don't even remember who Milo
you
is.
little-
Oh, there's Loveless. He is the drunk hippie. Had to turn up. You've got some nerve showing that mug in front of me. Playing the fool, are we? I see your game. But what's good for the goose is good for the GURP. I'll settle the score with you shortly.
Oh.
Maybe he's had one too many. We'll let him be for now.
Welcome. Wait. A band of youths with a knight and a huge chief. Are you perhaps the candidate who brought Joanna the Sanctoress to confess?
One glance and you knew. Listen, we just...
I don't care if you did the deed or not, but please take your business elsewhere. I'm sorry, but I have my own reputation to think about.
You follow Sanctism's teachings?
You? A Mystari who wears no mask?
I'm Euphausia. I'm the priestess of Verga. No, of Edria.
The priestess? Impossible. The island priestess would never leave the village behind.
I have my reasons, but I wish to see the outside world that I might better protect our island. I have no proof, but...
You would raise another tribe to the throne.
'Tis a longer story than we've time to tell. We only wish to avoid a tyrant's reign. Yet 'tis not from our own ambition that I speak so. The throne belongs to one truly worthy.
But if you insist, we will leave.
It's just... You look so like the priestess before you, I can't just turn you away. Fine. You can stay here, as long as you don't make trouble for me.
Thank you. I suppose it is easier to understand each other without the masks in the way.
Not all of us mainland Mystari hate the Sanctus Church. We'd rather preserve the peace we have. And, well, it's a sorry excuse for an innkeep who turns away travelers.
Thank you. We're in your debt.
Oh, look, they've got food and booze here too. And it's so much cooler, which means fewer bugs. Perfect.
It seems they have an imitation of the island spring here. We can bathe. I should invite Juno when she's back.
Bathe? You'd be mad to hope a hot spring replica could take the edge off this chill.
Cold or not, there's nothing more refreshing than bathing. Would you care to join us?
I should think not. For reasons too numerous to count.
Why?
Anyway, strategy meeting. Let's get on with it.
Is Stroll scared of ladies?
So we seek to assassinate Luis. A difficult task. But you look to have an idea. Let's have it.
First, the when. Under normal circumstances, we'd want to get him on the move. Maybe walking through a crowd while he's got less guards. That would be the plan. But unfortunately, that'd only work if he was someone with common sense. Someone without combat ability. Or someone who'd want to avoid collateral damage. And that isn't Luis. Worst case, he uses civilians as shields while more of his personal guard catch up. And things go sideways before we can get it done.
But once he's inside the Opera House, he'll have a security detail at his beck and call. Even if we can sneak in, getting to him.
If we can't target him in transit, and we've practically zero chance of getting close to him, that leaves us with only one option.
We join his personal guard ourselves?
I considered that, but it might be tricky. We can't guarantee he'd allow it, and besides...
The real lance is overflowing with Magla. It would be a dangerous gamble to keep it on hand. That sort of power is easily noticed.
Maybe if we use magic to attack him?
No, it's gotta be the lance, or the attack won't land.
But it's true that we'd be better served by an
Okay, maybe attack from a distance.
Exactly.
A bow and arrow isn't gonna do much good, right? It needs to be the lance.
Of course. So, what if we threw the lance? Pierced him through from a distance? Yufa, as the priestess, you can command the lance to return to you if it's far away, right?
You would have me use that power in reverse to cast it out instead.
According to Juna, the ceiling of the Opera House has a chandelier big enough to support a person. From above, we'll target Luis in the royal box seats.
You realize the entire audience is below that lighting? A stunt like that would get us noticed instantly. Wait, are you suggesting we do this during the show?
Luis would be distracted. It's the best opportunity we could ask for. Besides, with Yufa there, we can even recover the lance easily.
Hold a moment. I would need to launch it like an arrow. Such distance and such speed would require incredible focus. I don't think I could do it while aiming.
Then just concentrate on the sheer mental force of it. Someone else can take over the role of actually throwing.
This gambit is sounding more far-fetched by the moment. But we also can't afford to wait for another opportunity.
There is no other opportunity. Luis intends to kill Forden during the festival. That means if we do nothing, the fake will be exposed, and so will we.
Indeed. Once our betrayal is made plain, we will never find a way to draw close to him again. This will likely be our first and last opportunity.
But who's actually going to do the throwing?
I'd rather leave it to you. With the royal magic protecting you, it's less likely that we'll fail this, even with interference. And besides, laugh, if you like. I know it sounds silly, but I really do believe you have the power to change fate itself.
Indeed. Everyone here knows that firsthand.
I feel
What a
the
bunch
same.
of goofy-ass
If I can trust
weirdos.
you to do it, then I should be able to do my part as well.
Will you do it, Captain?
I planned to from the beginning.
Right. I see. Well then. We're counting on you. On the day of, Juna will be at the venue ahead of us. We'll have her open the service entrance, and we'll infiltrate from there.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I want you to lure Luis's guards outside and cause a commotion while he's making the throw. I'm sure the Magnus brothers will be guarding the place too. Hulkenberg and I will secure the exit route in advance. Luis is a formidable foe. But we've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this far. We can do this.
Don't worry about it.
I know there's a lot weighing on your mind right now, but let's just try to get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. It'll get even colder at night, so try not to get sick.
Good night.
What's wrong, Del? You've been quiet for a while now.
That lance they handed over, you think it's real? Can't say for certain, but I didn't feel any magla flowing through it. Can't see it exactly, but how do I explain it?
I know what you mean, though.
The Mustari got them third eyes that can see magla, right? Hard to believe they'd worship that thing as a relic.
Then maybe... You think they made some kind of fake? Even in that short time on the island? Shite. How'd they? Either way, we have to tell Lord Luis.
No need. He'll have noticed by now, most likely. Not like they're any real threat to him anyway.
Most likely? That good enough for you, brother? Del. You remember they talked all that helping anyone in need? Or something like that anyway. Seemed proper daft at first. Seemed naive to act like that kind of thinking could actually fix all the broken, cruel, unjust shite in the world.
That's because it can't.
Well, yeah, obviously, but... What was it we actually wanted in the first place? Equality? Or justice? This lot's working towards a future, and God help me, I started seeing it. Maybe what they're fighting for is something better than what Lord...
That's enough, Baz. Joke or not, you'll get yourself killed.
But them not even helped you out a few times, Del. That really impressed me, like... I don't know how to say it, but... It was like a feeling I haven't felt since we started working for the Count.
You know Lord Luis plans to take Forden out during the Saints' Day festival. Neither of us can afford to get distracted right now.
Suppose you're right. Things are about to get messy.
So that is the side they serve. Let us teach them that even the best laid plans will go awry. Whether Fordens or our fallen kings. It was splendid entertainment while it lasted. However, the revelry ends here.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The Saints' Day festivities in Alterbury will be kicking off very soon. On the eve of the festival, we'll be holding a dedication ceremony. On the church's authority, we'll be offering the gathered divine relics to God! And it sounds like the candidates had a tough time this go-around. Lots of new info coming in even as I speak. From candidate Rudolph, a legendary nail, thought lost to history. From candidate Julian, can you believe it? Cloth garb said to have been worn by a saint. We've got artifacts of all kinds pulled from obscurity into the public eye. Archaeologists everywhere are positively vibrating, folks. But the news on everyone's lips is the announcement of Count Luis's unofficial participation. As a matter of fact, a candidate working under Luis has reportedly acquired a phenomenal divine relic from a mysterious and exotic island. Meanwhile, candidate Forden, too, may have claimed what is said to be the most glorious relic in history. Will we finally see a head-to-head competition between our top candidates? Only the coming days will tell.
So Luis has finally made his move. Won't take him that long to catch up, I bet.
Yes, but I also can't imagine Sanctifex Forden losing.
We're about to see a clash of giants. This will be no minor bout, that's for certain.
Right. That's everyone. Let's go over the plan one last time. First, infiltration. Juna's got full rights to be in the venue, so she'll unlock the service door for us to sneak in.
When it's time, I'll call the guards outside. That'll be your window to sneak in.
Gallica, you, and Yufa. You three will head to the rooftop, where you'll get down to the chandelier.
When I start my solo on stage, the lights will dim. That should be enough cover to hide whatever you're doing.
Don't worry, I'll be with you.
As for us, it's just as I explained last night. Luis said destroying Yufa's home would have been a necessary sacrifice. Like mine. If power's all he thinks will change the world, then we'll use power to stop him.
Should we fail, though we may survive the ordeal, we will have no more leads to pursue. This will surely mark our final mission.
You know, I've been trying to keep from dwelling, but I can't help but think of Grius. Sorry to bring that up now.
Even I have my fears. But let us remember him only by his truest wish.
We'll make sure this succeeds. For a world without tyrants.
Well, see you at the show.
So begins our last mission, then. Let's get whatever we need to prepare and head over to the Opera House.
Right.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. I know you'll be able to do it. The Opera House is located at the highest point in the city. It'll just be you and Yufa in there, so make sure you both are geared up for anything.
Oi!
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 See, sense my love? This is all a misunderstanding. I thought the room was empty, so I absent-mindedly... Calm yourself before you do something you'll regret. You despicable cat, how dare you spy on me in my room? I can't believe you saw me without my... I'm so humiliated. I'd rather die than be seen without my glamours. Lightly you say. Bold words for someone who knows nothing of it. Ugh, I'm so angry right now, I don't think even dying would calm me down.
Now what am I to do?
Oi!
Oi!
Yeah, amazing.
Hello there.
What now?
A new means of protection.
Okay, now maybe I can do... Gallica rank 8? I'm not rank 7 with her. That needs to be 20. She's only rank 2. Quests. Moore's task. I need to do 4 more. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's also not gonna happen. I can't see that happening just yet. Like, Hulkenberg, I might be able to get. No. Theoretically, I could unlock this one. Let's try this. Item.
Right. I could get used to this.
So now, if I do this, Stroll can learn Samurai. Kinda sick.
Fascinating. This right here, all right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Yeah. Ah, a new power to wield.
Okay. Has anyone unlocked Magic Seeker? Who has the highest rank in Seeker? Definitely him. Okay. So, let's grab item. We'll see if we can't pop Seeker up.
New skills, new possibilities.
I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm counting.
Of course.
I still need 2 more.
Really?
Oh.
I found new power.
have to raise his again. Dang. Okay. That's not happening. Heis Maze. I don't think I'm going to be able to get scrolls up, but I can try. Not scroll. Oh, Hulkenberg.
To greater heights. A new means of protection. To greater heights. A new means of protection.
I don't think this is gonna work. Nope. I got close. Yeah, I need 2 more.
How grand. How grand.
2 poor to afford to even talk
Well
to
now, what are we on about?
Hosting the tournament City of Saints, but it vexes me to must receive such a swath of truly unruly, impetuous rabble. I only wish they showed proper respect for these hallowed celebrations. I'll throw them in the dungeon if they continue behaving like ill-mannered swine.
Young man! Young man! That's not what I expected.
Oi, oi! Oi, oi! Is there a shiny thing down here? No? Okay. And let's super speed up the stairs.
Huh.
It's you.
Oh, this is Milo. Milo? Milo. All the way to Montario in one piece, did you? Not bad. Consider me impressed. But you know that the competition in this tournament will only get more brutal from here on out, don't you? Tell me, have you seen Lovelace yet? You best keep an eye on him.
Aha.
Just sublime.
You're not serious.
That will be quite enough.
So irreverent.
Have you seen the Whiteclads over there? Those brazen bastards are acting like they own the place and our very own holy city. Though they may be feared as the strongest army in the nation, we warrior monks still have our pride. We'll be hosting the most eminent dignitaries in the nation and the divine relics. I swear in the name of Sanctism that our security will be impenetrable.
Aha.
I bet those monk soldiers are itching to get their hands on Luis. Haha, how foolish. It'd be a futile effort. They can't lay a finger on him because of the king's protective
If
magic
I
after
may.
all.
Amazing.
Oh, there!
This was once used to store construction materials. heard that gauntlet runners would park here after transporting shipments. The pagans constructed many of the buildings in this city, although Sanctists now claim to have restored them all to their so-called proper forms. Perhaps that's what history really is, the victors deciding their own truth of what occurred, making sure it presents themselves in a favorable light. Does saying this count as blasphemy against the church? I'll give you this, boy, so forget you heard anything.
Amazing. Boy.
Huh? Boy.
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 Amazing.
Amazing.
If I may.
Aha.
How fine.
You there?
Aren't you? Sorry, but security is strict here. Not even candidates can enter without a divine relic to dedicate. Well, we gave Luis the lance, so I guess getting in the front entrance is out.
Ah, closure.
We're not gonna just waltz in the front door, are we? There should be a service door nearby. Once the time comes, it'll be up to Juna to do something about the guards at the service entrance.
Ah, closure.
Check this out.
Let's do something about the guards. Might be before the night of the performance. Want to wait until then?
First off,
all good.
Let's come back later.
I won't let it stand.
what now?
Gonna move her from the wizard to the cleric.
Oh, healing power. Grant us solace.
We're gonna keep him on samurai. He's gonna stick to assassin. And I'm gonna stick to pugilist.
Ah, closure.
Well now, what
At last!
Yumi and Yufa won't be able to contact the others. Oh yeah, it's just me, her, and Yufa. Okay.
What now?
So Yufa...
Sounds like a lovely time.
What now?
Ah,
well now.
Closure.
At last!
Let's follow the plan and wait here.
Got it.
Alright, the guards have left their post. Juna has done her job
Onward.
admirably. She's unlocked the service entrance for us as well. Let's enter and remain unseen.
All right.
Infiltration
So-
successful. This way should lead backstage. From there, you can climb to the roof and atop the chandelier.
Yes.
I'm en route to the auditorium just on the other side. I have to lure those brothers out somehow.
So,
Stroll and I will secure an exit route with all speed.
Yeah.
We split up from here. Let's all do our parts and regroup. Good luck.
Let's go. All right.
let's start the operation. We need to get up on that chandelier and be in position before Juna finishes singing.
I'm sure of it.
And to get on that chandelier, first we need to reach the roof. That's right, Juna did it. Juna laid it out for us. Head backstage, we should be able to go up from there.
Time to go!
Let us be on our way then.
First?
Whoa, isn't it?
Why is this happening?
Say there.
Why is this happening?
Okay, that was blocked off.
Ridiculous.
Big open room.
You're not serious.
Look!
Door to backstage, should be able to access the roof from there. What's with the guy standing in front of the door muttering something? Something happened, do you think? Oh, bollocks, did I drop it somewhere? Oh no, it's just, I seem to have dropped my key somewhere, so now I can't open this door. And of all times, it has to be when we're busy beyond belief. I guess I'll have to go get the spare. Now we gotta lock the door to deal with. Okay, we gotta find his dropped key.
Actually...
And he dropped his key. Finding it will get us back
so,
on track.
Then...
That damned Louis.
Oh, but hey!
We'll start on one end.
Say.
Ridiculous.
Oh.
Why is this happening?
Honest.
Why is this happening?
Golden tooth.
Why is this happening?
Actually... Yes?
That
Thank.
Is this...
Huh?
Yay! We've done it!
Say there.
Not... I'm sure of it. Close.
Oh, yeah?
That...
Ah yes, an almighty cake. More... Oh, a
What?
silver necklace.
What is...
What is...
Why is this happening?
Ridiculous.
Oh, this is the guy that... This is the guy that bribes people in the intro.
You're not serious.
Yay! We...
Ready? Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Check this out.
Not many of them know. Should we
No.
just push through? Draw attention here will not shake it easy. Wish we had a surefire plan for this.
What?
What?
Can't have this ruining Saints Day Festival.
So apparently...
What?
Ask Hulkenberg to do it. They won't be in the dark forever, so let's get
That was a great help.
Got it?
Once the exit route is secured, Hulkenberg and I will regroup with you. The rest is up to you, Jimothy.
Let's go!
Let's sneak through while the lights are out. Follow me.
The future is uncertain.
The backstage passage lights are out?
That is...
Yes, it was just reported. We've already fixed the issue, but we can't figure out how it happened. Either a simple accident, or... I believe I charged you with the security of the venue. I presume everything is in order? Rest assured, Your Eminence, I will have it investigated immediately.
Understood?
Increase security. Call in the reserves, too. We can't be too careful. Not even the rats get it.
Yes.
Yes, sir. As you wish.
Good grief.
Air's getting a bit thick in here. The bigwigs seem to have a lot on their hands, keeping order.
Now then.
Well, I suppose that's my cue. That's his cue for what?
Now!
And now, at long last, we've come to the highlight of the festival. The dedication ceremony for the divine relics will begin very soon.
Take a look!
Gathered here are the only competitors fierce enough to have survived the first round and gotten their hands on a relic.
At last!
We'll probably have some official preamble for a while, and the actual start the dedication. Juna's set to sing after that. We'll need to be on the
Got a
chandelier
sec?
by then. If we get into any fights, they'll target Yufa first. Since you're protected by the royal magic, make sure you keep an eye on her, Jimothy.
Let's go. Let's hurry. No way! There are enemies around. Watch your
Right
step.
there.
Such an elegant fighter.
Let's give him a fight.
We attack as one. Yeesh, they're pretty tough. Better be careful.
I must do this!
Let's stay calm.
Pugilist!
Shatter! A tough one.
I can do this! Heed me!
Okay, that was easier than I thought.
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup coming. Let's keep moving.
I've done it!
Yes, I've become stronger.
I see the enemy.
They all seem pretty weak.
Forward!
You got this.
This power grows stronger still.
Who's there?
Who's there? Must have been you who cut the lights. Dogs of Luis. You won't wreck the Saints' Day on my watch. Careful, the royal magic's protecting him, but he'll surrender if we kill his allies. Aim for the
Watch out!
Mustari girl.
Summoner! Heed me! I'm
Who
sorry,
shall it be?
everyone!
It's too early to go to his side.
Strike! Still here?
Let's do this! Take this! I won't lose.
Yufa's guard is down.
One more remains.
I
We're
return
counted
to
by
Earth
the
to
tower.
go to his side.
Here's through.
To him, I return.
You know, I guessing punching through someone's chest is
Yay, we've done it.
a good way to
What now?
pacify them, is what I'll say.
We found
We're
something.
so lucky.
How nice. This should prove useful.
No choice but to cut through them. Everything's pretty standard.
Oh, really now?
Mysterious little intruder, they're gonna try to kill her again. We know the drill.
I can do this.
Heed me.
Expose your
They're
sins.
pretty tough.
I
Better
won't
be
hold
careful.
back. Shatter. Last one.
To him,
Not bad.
I return.
It is over.
Yeah.
Insolent
You fight
heathens!
their weakness.
Take this! Come at me!
Pugilist. Strike.
To him, I return.
To him, I return.
What now?
What?
Okay. If I descend the ladder, that takes me up that way instead of this way, which goes directly over there. Let's see what's... Oh, I can't leap back up, so I can't change my mind. Okay.
Whoa.
We've done it.
Stay vigilant. These ones aren't messing around.
Right there. Time for some close. Come on! Let's push through.
We won't allow
this.
any counterattack.
Forward!
Take my fullest power.
So I guess I'll just
This
waste
is the
some
last.
MP.
I'm capable
I will
too.
fight with pride.
Not what
And
I
that's
wanted to
that.
do.
Victory's ours.
Okay.
Remain vigilant. There are still enemies around.
There they are.
I knew we could count on you.
Right there. All right. How's that? Come on.
I got this.
All right. How's that?
Looks like we're safe for now. Great find. Keep it.
Ah. Ah.
Looks like they all have their reasons. This one has a chest.
I think.
Whoa.
We've done it.
Nice, a diamond. I think this leads nowhere. Oh no, this leads up. Okay. This one leads there. That leads nowhere. That leads the long way with the animals. I think these guys...
Yikes! I think we're in a little over our heads.
I have to fight them. I think there's a mage and a regular guy there. Those are two regular dudes. So if I fight them, it'll cost me a little mana.
It's all clear.
I think I should probably fight the dogs.
Nice! I bet we'll find a use for that. Strong ones ahead. We gotta be
I
careful.
don't want to fight them. Seems kind of pointless. I might be able to get around them.
Right now.
So I will use finisher noodles.
Please. What now?
We must be vigilant.
Come on!
Such an elegant fighter.
There they are.
Charging in. These ones aren't messing around.
Forward!
Charging in.
Marvelous.
Okay, I think that was the best use of my noodles.
Let's do it.
I'll have to fight 3 of them. 2 of them are melee, which means she will be able to take out the 2 melee ones. I'll be able to focus the magic guy, and then we'll converge.
What?
Good.
We can.
As long as we attack first. Okay.
Oh, souls of kings, give me strength.
Close your aim. It's too early to go to his side.
Just 2 left. I am in summoner.
His side.
Beautiful. Oh, normal speed.
Well, now this is unbelievable! Sanctifex Forden's relic appears to be a colossal chalice! I'm told it's believed to be an ancient artifact called a Holy Grail. Truly, a relic to put all others to shame.
The pagans looted this from the church's vaults in antiquity. God, in his omniscience, is said to have imbued it with his essence, giving it the power to make wishes come true.
And how did such a glorious relic come into your hands?
We
Why does he
simply
look so
preached his
nervous
holy
asking that
works
question?
and spread the teachings. Mutual dialogue was what won the day. Through guided prayer, anyone can be saved, and we may see God's blessing in all things.
Just in incredible! But if anyone could do it, it's Sanctifex Forden!
I think it's obvious who Thrin is.
I suppose that marks His Eminence Forden as the sole winner. Even to an amateur's eye, no other relic could compete.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Sanctifex Forden! Now, continuing on!
Wait, Forden was last to present? That's not right. We've not seen Luis yet, or the island team.
Is there an issue?
No. I think we're finally having a show end without incident. After all, these were originally Sanctus relics anyway.
Well, it looks like that's all the divine relics our candidates found across the land. The top-ranking faces will be announced during tomorrow's festivities. And now, it is my distinct honor to present a one-act opera for a Saint's Eve to remember. Please, join me in welcoming the diva herself, Juna, for a performance of the opera's opening piece. Ladies and gents, enjoy!
Well, Luis, rumor has it you found yourself quite a relic. Then why are you so reluctant to present it? No matter. The race's outcome is beyond your meddling now. Victory is mine.
Let's hurry.
All right.
Finally.
Oh, I just can't even explore over there, I guess, huh? Just have me run in a straight line.
We're here. I think we can get down onto that massive chandelier hanging from the ceiling.
Our escape route is secure. We should be able to flee undetected.
Good. Everything's going according to plan so far, but time's running out. From here on, it's all up to him.
All will be fine.
Okay. It's finally time to end this. Juna's song is about to start.
From my fingertip flies a butterfly, how it pines for the moon up high. Fire calls its name, fly to the flame, burning as free as it can be. Out there, deep and dark in the valley mid.
Focus. You can only get one shot at this.
Fearing in my soul what I can't control. I can't close my eyes to the sunrise. From the shadow of the dark, fingers brush my neck with a remark. Oh, anguish traveler, my name is thine, and thou art I. Like the wind, shine through darkest night. Oh, never stray. Trust your eyes to steer you out. Trembling finger, hold fast to my dream. Dawn will break. Now! Reach out
We got him! Right?
Hey! The lance! Hurry!
blocking it?
Ladies and gentlemen, what an honor! That was our kingdom's lovely songstress, Juna. Moving right along.
It didn't work. Come back.
Hail!
Taking that into account,
Ludicrous.
I mean, there's
No
only
way.
the only thing that could have happened is I might have missed. No use thinking on it now. We've done all we
Hey.
can. For the moment, at least.
Hurry!
That's what I get for leaving it on auto. All right, let's get the heck out of here before we get shot. Heismay? Heismay, what's happening?
Why do you dawdle? Did you get him?
We do not know why, but the lance.
Should we withdraw to retrieve it? Or make our escape?
Lost a lance? Perhaps it's this one.
Oh, God. Okay.
At last your allegiance is laid bare. And if this lance wounded me, then I take it the one you provided me was a mere imitation. If you know what the lance is capable of, then surely you understand the situation. Your last hope is gone.
No!
It seems a shame to kill you, but I'm afraid you've gone too far. I have no intention of surrendering, nor of wavering in my convictions. That being said, you truly have impressed me. I will allow you some final words, if you have any.
Say it!
I see your performance has come to an end, Juna.
Yes, the curtain falls. I'm no longer your songbird to keep caged.
So, you too stood with them.
Come on. He's ready to listen, so say it. You know there's something he needs to hear.
Juna is staring fiercely, prompting my words. The lance has fallen into Luis's hands. We no longer have a means to counter his attack. But there's still hope. If we're to even these odds, there's one thing I can say.
Luis, I challenge you to a duel.
Ah, the very words I was waiting for. You really have done your research. In truth, I intended from the start to entertain such a challenge. I confess it's been a long time. Perhaps a real contest is what I've craved. This competition is little more than child's play. So be it. It has been a long time indeed since anyone drew my blood. I will end your life with my own hands.
Then it's to be a direct confrontation after all. As though it was fate all along.
As though it was
A
fate all
duel
along.
makes the king's magic powerless, which means this trinket is no longer necessary. Then state your name. How do you declare yourself?
I am the hero, and evil shall break before me.
A would-be assassin preaching moral superiority. Very well. If you have the strength, then the truth is yours to decide.
You know
My
what?
name
I'm glad
is
he's at
Luis
least honest with who
Guillaber.
he is.
I am the rightful king. He who will forge anew this unworthy country into a utopia. Attack in
shiny
any
sword.
number. Wield any weapons. But fight with your very lives. If you live by a creed, show me its strength.
Juna would be nice, but I don't think she is what I'm looking for.
Go ahead. Have at me. An attempt on the life of Louis Squeerburn is a folly most cannot afford.
Even Luis can't fight at full strength after that direct lance.
We've come
wound.
this far. Let's fight with all we have, Captain.
Luis, I will make an end of you here!
I should expect no less by a duel's code. So be it. Allow me to even the score.
This is our mission. We'll see justice done, here and now.
Assassin! Some darker arts.
Observe the enemy. Cleric! Oh, Mystic Purge!
You needn't hold back.
Let's go!
In the name of... Are you prepared? Bear witness! I strike to kill! I
Jesus.
strike to kill!
Blunder!
I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
Is everyone okay? Try to heal up! The captain's on his last legs!
Assassin!
Someone, get him healed up!
Now accept your fate! Rancor!
Oh, power of heroes! Healing arts!
That helped.
My thanks.
Much thanks.
I'll let my fist vie this power. Pierce through!
I can't afford... I call upon royal power within!
Medium physical. Deals severe physical slash damage to one enemy. Okay.
Not the right move. You first.
This may be your only chance.
Some darker arts. Formidable indeed.
This is strength! I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
With blade in hand!
Thanks.
Helpful as ever.
My thanks.
Interesting.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Let's go!
Maybe we'll try some almighty damage.
A tough one.
In the name of just, let's make an end of it.
Fall!
Let's do this!
What a sick and oh my god!
Bear witness!
What a sick
I
animation!
strike to kill! I strike to kill!
A wise choice.
Interesting.
Oh, power of heroes!
That helped.
I owe you.
Keep everyone topped off.
It's okay. We can do. Let's work together. Not this. Pugilist! Strike!
Still up?
After me!
Interesting.
On your guard!
I underestimated you.
Clearly.
Satisfactory.
Beautiful.
I'll strive for greater heights.
I shall rise to
Ha! I have never.
Excellent!
Tremble before me!
a new ability.
Deals heavy physical electric damage. Okay. Sick. I like it.
Lord Luis, do not interfere! Oh. You falter even now.
Oh, do it. Right through his ass.
Not enough, I'm afraid.
Lord Luis!
A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You
I
were
mean,
the
it was his
intruders
creed
looking
that
for
only
the
the
formula,
strongest
I
should
take
stand, right?
And yet, you have achieved nothing.
What do you mean?
God, Fidelio and Basilio must be pissed.
Did we do it?
Lord Luis?
At long last, 'tis done. We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Luis Guillabern, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance.
Yes, it went down with him.
This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Luis's body run through with a lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No. Too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew Luis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right. The audience has no idea what's going on. We'll just look like the bad guys.
No, Luis's
It's okay.
supporters believe
We
that
set out to
strength
kill
is the
Luis,
only option, right?
And the deed is done.
That's his whole thing.
Our only
If he
failure
died
is in
to
the
my
spectacle
hands,
we made of it.
that means
For now,
I'm stronger than him,
we need
so
to
they
think of a
should
way to
support
get the
me.
audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves fast, we'll never get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
I know that face. Was that Luis? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Lord Luis, no.
He's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found offstage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
The lance? Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead, without question.
You're absolutely certain?
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Luis? Dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the King's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
Yes. It is as you say.
God above! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to his late highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis, as well as these brave misfits.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I am sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes. As you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
A moment or three? Hey, we're number
Right.
5 now. To finally defeated my arch nemesis Luis.
So you lot were working against us from the start. And you right along with them, Lady Juna.
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne. To break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The Prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he? He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis.
Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately. However...
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet of Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside. And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
No. Their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna. I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sodden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that doesn't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? I'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life. Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it! Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse!
Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case.
What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean... we killed an innocent person,
No,
wouldn't
he
it?
was not innocent.
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
When she saw the formula, Rella did say it was only an outline, likely jotted from memory. So that could mean this wasn't a formula to begin with, just Luis's scratch work. Proof that he was looking for a way to prove his innocence.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have...
Oh, tell me it was Forden.
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit.
It was Forden.
The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Could Forden be the one behind all of this?
I have no evidence to say otherwise.
You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire Dashid Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities. Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was... well...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction. Actually...
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Ah, yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the King's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance he presented... I take it that's why you went to Virga Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan, but at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. We hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Forden? On Saints' Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it, so it's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister!
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
About that. Let's rest.
Alright, and with that beautiful conclusion,
what now?
I'm gonna leave us all on a cliffhanger until tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Hopefully you guys tune back in for that. And we'll get to see a little bit more about what Forden does behind the scenes. Alright. Later, everybody.